Okay, this is coming out of Lamar as we're headed out towards the track, coming over the bridge over the Arkansas River, and we'll start headed out to the track now. I have a lot of people that have asked, how do you get out to the racetrack from here, and this is how we're going to do it. You so much money to race, and then you finally get to race and say you get second or third or first place. What do you win really? $100, $200 maybe, something like that. I mean, that's really, to me, that's not near enough to go out, especially when you're the ones putting on the show. Don't get me wrong, it's the legal way to race, to have a racetrack and do all that, but I mean, the racers are the ones putting on the show. Same thing with the demolition derbies. I'm putting on demolition derbies now because you go and you build a car or a truck and you spend all that money and all that time on it, and then you pack the stadium and you put on one heck of a show, and then guess what? You win $1,000, $2,000, really? I mean, and you see fairgrounds that hold like 2,000-3,000 people and the stands are packed, and you know that whoever's having the derby is making some decent money. And don't get me wrong, it isn't cheap to put on these shows. Believe me, I'm finding that out. Trust it costs a lot more than people know. But why not pay the drivers more? That's the question I have. Why not pay the drivers more? My Enduro Racing Series, it's gonna cost $50 to enter. You're gonna win at least $500. If you win, it's gonna be 100 laps. You don't have to have the fastest car. You don't have the best car out there to win. Your car just has to be able to make it all the way. That is the beauty of the Enduro Racing Series. You just have to be able to make it. You gotta have a car that's in good shape, can handle going around as fast as you can possibly go. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't something where you're gonna go and have the fastest car just kicking everybody's butt because you're out there speeding around everybody. That's not the case. There's gonna be a cars out there and a bunch of inexperienced drivers to make it fair. And everybody's going to have a chance because it's not the fastest car out there. It's the car that can make the 100 laps first. Too many days, too many races. It costs you $3,000, $5,000 just for a rolling racing shell. That's no engine, that's no transmission, no wiring harness, no seat belts, none of that stuff. You put all that money into it, all your time, all your resources, get the girlfriend or the wife involved, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. And for you ladies out there that put up with it, give yourself a big pat on the back, because it takes a special woman to put up with that kind of stuff. I luckily have one of them to actually put up with that kind of stuff with me and all my crazy thoughts and ideas. And thankfully, she does put up with me, and she's behind me, and couldn't make it without her, I'll guarantee you that. I know it seems like a kind of a far drive, but we're only able to do 55 out here, and it's not the most beautiful scenery. I mean, it is January, so stuff isn't really green and pretty like it normally is. Now, around here, it isn't always the most pretty area, but it normally looks better than this. I want people to be able to have an easy way and a cheap way to get back into racing if they were in it before, or into racing for the first time. And I mean, racing, just like demolition derbies, is a very fun thing, but depending on how you go, it can get very expensive very fast. And I want to offer everyone a constant avenue to be able to do races and demolition derbies and not have to spend $10,000 a season to do it. I mean, it's just crazy what you have to spend nowadays just to be able to have a race car for some of these demolition derbies. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome to watch, and they have a lot of people in them for good reason, but it's ridiculous. Coming up on the old sign for the racetrack, all that's going to be changed here very soon. Turn right past the old junkyard. Beauty. We're gonna change that though, because there's too many of these tracks nowadays all over the United States, and I'm sure all over the world, that are just neglected and basically left for dead. Because unfortunately, a lot of times it could be insurance reasons. I mean, all kinds of stuff. A lot of the times, though, it's greed. Greed from the racers, greed from the operators, greed from all the people who are involved in it. Yep, you hear my dog going crazy in the background because he knows what this means. We get to get out and go have some fun. There's the parking lot over there. Doesn't really look much like a parking lot anymore. Mother Nature is trying to do her best to take it back. The tumbleweeds are rampant. I'm sure anybody that knows what those are like. Nothing but fun. Nothing but fun with those tumbleweeds. Well, that's basically us driving out here from town, coming out here to get out here. And I'll go ahead and give you another video here soon of the pits and stuff like that, because we haven't shown the pits very well yet. All right, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I know we're just getting started and not that many people are actually watching the videos right now, but if you are, and if you do like them, please like and subscribe. That way you can get the notifications and everything. Thank you so much. All right.